Hi, who are you and where are you from?
I'm Bill Barts, and I live here, Morehead City, North Carolina. I grew up on Atlantic Beach, right across the Sound here.
Oh, that's one of these barrier islands out here.
Yes, yes.
And so what do you do?
Actually, nothing. I'm fully retired. Uh, I was in the Coast Guard for 28 years, and then I did some overhead construction and a couple other jobs, and managed a zoo property for some guys down in Texas. And now I just ride bicycles and go swimming in the ocean.
And what did you do in the Coast Guard?
I was what's known as a bosun's mate. I was in the command rate, so I spent a lot of time at sea in the ships, most of them small ships, but I had a blast.
So you're familiar with the environment anyway. And has the climate changed much since you were a kid?
I don't think it's changed much, but I think it's continually doing something that we don't quite understand as of yet. Tides one day, I live in a place here in Morehead that one day the high tide will be almost to my house, and the next day the low tide will be so far out I can't see the boats tied up at the dock hardly. But the time is definitely climate is definitely changing all the time. I don't really know if we understand it or can predict it, but it's kind of weird, but it's fun kind of trying to figure it out.
Has it changed since you were a kid? I mean, was it colder winters or hotter summers?
We always have colder winters here. I don't know how we deal without air conditioning, but it seems like things are hotter now, longer in the summertime to me. Maybe I'm just getting old. Of course, when you grow up on an island and the ocean's on one side and the Sound on the other side, weather doesn't really matter to you. You're just in it. So now you got to pick your days. So yeah, it's changed some. It's changed.
And so do you think about it much on a regular basis? And does it concern you, say on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most concerned, how concerned would you say you are?
Well, I figured out a long time ago that there's somebody bigger than me that's in control of all of this, okay? It's not me. And I can rant and rave all I want and be concerned and show flags and protest and everything else, but he's still got it in his hands. So I'm not really concerned about him. I know he knows what he's doing. That's God. I believe in God. You go to sea for 24 years or 28 years, you better believe in God. If you don't, when you come out of that, you'll believe in him. So I'm not worried about it. I'm just kind of like glad to be here.
And what about the future? Should we be optimistic, pessimistic? Is there anything we can do?
I think there's things we can do. I think sometimes we try to get in a hurry to do them. And sometimes we step on one thing that's actually been around for a while, trying to put something else in gear, when if we let it come in naturally, it's easier to swallow. Now, guys my age, all this solar power stuff and all these electric cars, I have a hard time swallowing all that's going to actually take over. And it probably will take over if we're still here in a few decades. But it's got to ease in. People got to die that don't believe in it before it'll happen. There's things we can do. I'm not sure we're doing everything we can do, but I'm not really worried about it. I'm not in charge. I just kind of enjoy it every day.
So, okay, very good. Well, that is it on what day is today?
Today's the 29th of December.
Of December here in Morehead, North Carolina. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike.